on our HRV Start. That's now 82 days in. We're in Ash Canyon. We have a moose hide curing. We have several hours of a moose stomp to still recover from, because we got moose stomped when we tried to kill the moose. So yeah. Yeah, we got still 12 hours to go. 12 hours to go. Love you, man. This little special gift from me to you. From me to you, buddy. All right. So while we're sitting here waiting for this moose hide to cure, gonna pass a little time. Chill out for a little bit till our moose stomp goes away, and then we'll head back over. And we got the moose hide curing too, so that's good as well. I found subsistence to be a little too try-hardy for me. The AIs in it were just really, really annoying. But, you know, hey, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? To each their own. But, I do not recognize that number. Somebody's trying to call me right now. I do not recognize the number. I'll let it go to voicemail. Hey, Blackman PL. How's it going, bud? Hello. So this character's pretty well set up. We got just about everything we want from this character, except for the moose hide jacket and a second pair of underwear. We don't have that yet either. But we got everything else we want. We're rocking a 24-degree warmth bonus, 12-degree windproof. We got 44% protection, and we got 62% sprint. Right now our skills sit at cooking 5 and carcass harvesting 5, archery 5, fire starting's at 3, mending's at 3. Now that I know the HRV Start, I'm doing more than good. Oh, I bet. Yeah, once you get that HRV Start down, man, you're like, why don't I want every game to start there now. Once you get that HRV Start locked in, you're like, oh man, now I see what Atheenon was talking about. It is glorious. It's glorious. All right, let's get a little fire started here. Can I get a mag lens fire? No, I cannot. So let's use a torch. Yeah, the Hush River Valley Start is one of my faves. It really, truly is. I mean, I don't really dislike any of the starts, though, to be honest. I enjoy the start from Hush River Valley. I like the one from Timberwolf Mountain. I like the one in Pleasant Valley. I like the one in Forlorn Muskeg, even. Because it's so close to Mystery Lake. I like the start in Hush River Valley, of course. And the only real start that's kind of a challenge, you know, as far as logistics, is the Desolation Point start, because you pretty much have to quick loot and get the heck out of there, because there's not a lot of food in the zone that you can survive on. Most of your food is all in adjacent zones to where you're at, and so you really have to sort of loot and go, and you know, that's the trickiest probably of any of the starts. I mean, it's still doable, don't get me wrong. It's just, it's not as easy as some of them. It's not as easy as some of them, so. You're more than welcome, Player Slayer. Had such a good start, went to Milton after, looted the whole region quickly and positive temps all the time. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing is, early game Interloper... Sorry, there's a lot of smoke in the air around here today. Early game Interloper is actually not that cold. You don't suffer from the coldness that you do in the later stages of the game. The game is actually set up specifically to be warmer in that early, you know, 10 days or so of the game. So you get a little bit of good clothing, and it will take you a long ways towards having positive temps pretty much everywhere. I just wanted to see if I had another cedar or birch out here anywhere. See some branches, and that's about it. Figured since we have pretty decent temps, it's only -6. We give it a shot. But I'm not seeing anything really applicable to us cutting it down. HRV Cave 1, exit middle. Cave 2, only one waterfall to pass. There you go. Oh, yeah, yeah, and there's lots of places for snow shelter, yep. A snow shelter camp, you bet. There we go. There's the Cedar I was looking for. We'll take a little damage. It's fine. That's fine. Getting the Cedar's worth taking like 10% damage.
Gotcha. Freezing.
Oh, Astrid, you're fine, darling. You're fine. It's gonna be okay. Hey, Quesamo! Hello, hello. By the way, boys and girls, if you've not gone and done it yet, please go over and give my good friend Blackman PL a follow. He plays a bunch of StarCraft. He plays some Long Dark as well. Have you streamed a lot of Long Dark, or not? Only dinosaurs play StarCraft. Well, I don't think you're a dinosaur. I don't think you're a dinosaur. Alright, so we got 3 more Cedar. Bop, bop, bop. There we go. Over here and drop these tinder plugs that we don't need anymore. I don't know where I'm going. I'm at the place where Hunted 1 starts. Oh god, where does Hunted 1 start? Hey, Argold, how's it going? What zone are you in, Big Bird? Because for Hopeless Rescue, you have to go to Timberwolf Mountain Summit and grab the flare gun, and then you got to go to Desolation Point. So what zone are you in right now? You're in Pleasant Valley. Okay, then you'll want to head up to. Honestly, Big Bird, I haven't done that challenge in ages. So you'll want to head up to Timberwolf Mountain if you can. So. Am I an iPhone person? I have an iPhone, yeah. I do have an iPhone 11. I got it because the kids got it. All the cool kids were getting the iPhone 11, so I had to get one too. Got As the Dead Sleep done just before a second. Took me long enough to give it a try. Oh, cool. Well, As the Dead Sleep is a cool little challenge. As the Dead Sleep is an interesting challenge to do. I actually did a challenge of myself in that one, where I wanted to live for 100 days in As the Dead Sleep, which made it really interesting. We got 6 hours to go, boys and girls. 6 hours to go. Past time for 3 of those, and then we'll sleep, and then our moose stop will be officially gone. Wow, that's a storm out there. Hey, Trish, how you doing, bud? How's it going? Noobish game, no giveaways today, my friend. We did that yesterday for our 5-year anniversary on Twitch, which was utterly freaking amazing. Utterly amazing. Saturday morning there. Makes it free or small cost for better model. That's cool. There's our broken ribs. Broken ribs are officially healed, boys and girls. Healed! We have been healed! You're just trying your luck. Hey, there's never any harm in trying, my friend. That is for sure. So if you're in Pleasant Valley, I would head up to Timberwolf Mountain. Loot up Pleasant Valley first, probably. Try to find a bedroll or something there. And then head up to Timberwolf Mountain, try to get to the summit. Yeah, from there you got pretty smooth sailing. All right, where are we at? 31. 36. Grab our hides. 38. Grab our cedar. 41. Couple liters of water. We'll leave those guts here.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
That's good enough. Stacia, hello, hello. How are you doing today? How is it going? It's going good for me. I just started, as a matter of fact. Give a shout out to Stacia there. Fellow Long Dark streamer extraordinaire. Coffee, breakfast, and Atheenon. I can think of worse ways to start today, Trish. I think I could. Stacia with a 13-month resub. Just getting home from work. Thank you so much, Stacia, for that 13-month resub.
Stacia just resubscribed.
Thank you so very much. Always, always, always. Please, John, how you doing? Let's get out some points for that 13-monther right there. That sub hype up. And we might have some wolves that have respawned over here. We killed a bunch of them. But we might have some that are up. I didn't really touch their bodies at all, so they take a long time to decay. Big Cheese Beats, how you doing, my friend? But we might have a wolf or two, and we got a little bit of stank on us. We got a little stinky line on us there, so just got to get back to the angler's den. I'm gonna get my flare gun out. It's loaded. Just in case we get a surprise wolf over the hill. There's lots of little hills and valleys here. I'd rather have my flare gun because I can just point and shoot. Yeah, this area is very rife with wolves. I killed, I think, all of them when I came up here in the first place. But we've been up here for, like, many, many days. They could have respawned at this point, so I'm just being extra cautious. Because we're so close, so close. And how's it going, Blitz? Hope you're having a good one, bud. Now, it looks like most of them stayed dead. I don't like being on a 7-day time limit. It's not that bad, Big Bird. You just gotta make sure you move. So, what do I like most about this game? Probably the thing I like most about the game is I decide everything I do in it. Everything is on me. If I make the good decisions, I'll probably live. If I make dumb decisions, I'll probably die. And I have nobody to blame but myself for every death in the game. No matter whether it's a wolf that comes over a hill and gets you, if you're not prepared for it, it's your fault. You weren't being cautious enough, or you were carrying guts around, or hides around, or meat around, or something that attracted them. Or you weren't paying attention, or you got complacent. So pretty much everything in the game is up to you to be. You're basically the arbiter of your own success or failure. And that's, I think, the thing I like most about the game, is you, in the end, have no one to blame but yourself if you die. And you can do things to succeed and not die in the game, and that's great. I mean, That's what I like about it, is that the game does not force you to do anything that you don't want to do. It encourages you to do certain things, but it doesn't force you to do anything. All right, let's drop the hides, the 2 deer hides here. But yeah, I love also just the developers of this game are just they're very involved. It's a wonderful development team that they have that keeps the game going, makes it exciting to play, makes it interesting, keeps putting out new stuff for it. They really do care about the people who play the game. They listen to us. They don't always do exactly what we want, but they've given us a lot of stuff. I mean, they've given us a lot of good stuff over the years. And so I really value how they treat us. And I think that's one of the defining things about them, is that they treat the consumer, they treat their customers well. I have 16. I can only make, what, 5 arrows with that? So, that in a nutshell is what I really like about the game. Plus, the game's just beautiful. I think the mechanics of the game work really well. I think the game itself is gorgeous. They keep updating it, making it better all the time. I think it's a true masterpiece in our own. I think 10, 15 years down the road, there will still be people who come back and play this game because it's kind of timeless. It transcends the oh, that looks dated, or the gameplay's no good anymore, or, you know, the game's not what it used to be type trope. So I think the game has staying power as well. Lion Pharaoh, hey, how you doing? Good to see you too, man. I think it will hold up very well as the years go on. As the years go on, this game will hold up very, very well. Where a lot of games, you know, yeah, they're still fun to play, but you can definitely see the time that they were built in, reflected in how the game handles or how the game plays. You can definitely tell that it's, you know, an older engine it's running on or whatever. And so I think this game is going to age very, very well over time. Very, very well. Let's check our clothing real quick. I could stand to repair that. I have enough deer hides. Why not? And it helps up my mending skill as well. See, we have a 95% chance. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. There we go. Do I have any fishing gear? I got a little bit of fishing gear. I got one hook. Do I have any metal in here? I do have a piece of metal. And I got some guts. I can use a couple guts. Aw, thanks. I feel good today. I'm feeling good too. Long Duck recently it just got added to Game Pass. I've been playing it on Xbox. Ooh, there we go. Well, that always helps them along as well when they put it on like the Game Pass. That always helps along as well, and it helps the company too, because I'm sure they get like they get a little kickback from that as well. Got a bow in Hopeless Rescue, and it only lasted for 2 wolf attacks. Well, sometimes the weapons you find in Hopeless Rescue are not the best. They aren't the most durable, let's just put it that way. Because you'll find a bow, but it'll be at like 30% or 15% or 20%. It's like, okay, well, I guess I can use it to protect myself from a couple of shots, you know? Okay, hold on a second. right? Oh, it was a gal. Okay, I know who that was. It's one of our distributors was calling me earlier. I'm like, who is calling me on a Friday afternoon? One of my distributors. So there we go. Give out some points. Hey, Wimeline Soda, how you doing? Hello, hello. So, boys and girls, we have another, we've got another 4 days for that to cure. 4 days before that cures and we can make our moose hide cloak. Any tips for early gameplay? My biggest tip for early gameplay is keep moving. You don't want to stay in one place for too long if you can help it. Staying in one place early game means that your loot is going to start deteriorating in the game a lot quicker because everything starts decaying the moment you start the game. So you want to keep moving, looting. You want to find your heavy hammer and your hacksaw because that allows you to not only go forging but also get some birch and maple along the way. Also, early game, if you get a chance to, kill some rabbits, at least 5 or 6. Utilize them to get hides and guts that you can start curing at like a good location is always the Carter Hydro Dam. So you can start curing your stuff there. And also take down the deer corpses that you find as well. Oh my god, Jarl of Goats with a 12-month, 1 year baby. But really, early game, you really need to concentrate. And thank you, Jarl, for the 12-month. I cannot let that pass.
For 12 months.
Thank you so much for the 12-month resub. Met Jarl of Goats quite a while ago. We were playing Medieval Dynasty, which we're gonna play some on gonna play some more of that on Sunday. But yeah. Met him quite a while ago. Awesome dude. Go give his channel a follow. But I'd say if you just are spawning into the game, the first thing you want to do is go get your matches. Whichever zone you spawn in, go get your guaranteed matches because you need those to make a fire to make water. From there, food becomes your next concern. You'll find some canned food, some packaged food that you can eat, but you want to mainly concentrate on cattails. Get to a place that has lots of cattails, loot them all up, and get that going because the cattails are going to be your long-term early game food. That's what you're going to depend on early game is those cattails. From there, you'll want to make sure you start trying to find your bedroll, your hacksaw, and your heavy hammer. Not necessarily in that order. I wouldn't even consider doing a forge run until you found that heavy hammer because you won't find one at the forge. You just won't. It doesn't exist. It's a unicorn. So don't even think of starting a forge run until you found that heavy hammer. I personally don't even start a forge run until I found the hacksaw because it's nice to get the hatchet and the knife at the forge, but until you have some birch and maple curing, getting the arrowheads doesn't do you a whole lot of good because now you have to wait another 5 to 7 days to get your birch and your maple cured before you can even make a bow. So I really highly recommend getting the hacksaw and the heavy hammer before you even go to the forge. The bedroll you can try to find, and if you go to Mystery Lake, you're guaranteed to find one, so, that's always a good thing. And then I usually use the Forlorn Muskeg Forge as my first forge, because it's outdoors, so all that forge time doesn't count as cabin fever risk. You have to have a forge fire going anyway to make your items, so you might as well do it outside if you're going to do it. How do you make a tea with 0.01 weight? Just like, do I have any big teas? Just like this. You drink, and you wait till it gets to be right about here, and hit escape. And there we go. That turned it into a 0.01 tea. So you wait till it gets about 3/4 of the way drank, and then you hit escape, and you're done drinking it, and you get a whole bunch of 0.01s. That's how you do it. That's how we do, my friends. That's how we do the do. But yeah, then once you've got your hatchet, your hammer, your bedroll, start getting some birch and maple. If you've not had a lot of luck finding birch and maple in the game, go to the ravine. You'll always get 3 to 4 birch in the ravine. Go to Winding River. You'll usually get 1 to 3 maples in the river, in the Winding River. So you got birch and maple right there by the dam. Take it all to the dam, dump it off. There's like 2 to 3 deer carcasses in the ravine that you can harvest. Get their hides, get their guts, get those back to the dam, leave them to dry. Go to the Winding River. There's usually at least 1 deer, maybe 3 deer in that zone that you can also harvest. Take those back to the dam, drop them off. You also can get rabbits in both the ravine and Winding River. Get their hides and guts, take them back to the dam and drop those off. Now you got hides, guts, as well as birch and maple curing. Head out into Mystery Lake. You can supplement your food along the way with all the cattails you'll find down the river. Head through Mystery Lake into Forlorn Muskeg. Go into Forlorn Muskeg and gather as many cattails as you can. I usually, by the time I hit the forge, I'll have like 50 to 70 cattails on me. And then you have plenty of time to forge, make water, do all your stuff. Try to take at least 7 to 8 pieces of metal with you to the forge. You'll also along the way find you'll find about the same number along the way, so you'll get to the forge with like 12 to 16 pieces of metal. You also have a shelf there that you can cut down with the hacksaw that'll give you 4 more. I basically forge up a hammer and a knife, and then as many arrowheads as I possibly can, and then just head back to the dam. And by the time you've done the forge and gone back, usually the stuff at the dam will be either cured or very close to being cured, and then you can make all your stuff in the dam. If you start to get cabin fever, go out into the ravine, shoot a couple deer, have some food and water, stay in a cave for a couple days, go back and make more clothing, and then you're pretty much ready to go and do whatever you want to do in the game. Go hunt bears, go hunt wolves, everything. So you could write a small 3 to 4 strat guide for this game. Concise and informative. Well, I mean, it mainly only holds though for Interloper. The other modes of gameplay it doesn't really hold for. Interloper's what I know, and Interloper I know how to, do that early game part that allows you to get to the later part of the game. Because the early game, the first, I've always sort of partitioned the game into segments. The first 10 days are always the toughest thing to do. That's what trips most people up. Most people will die between day 3 and 7 on average when they're just starting. Well, that's one of my goals this year. It's my 6th year now streaming on Twitch. Yesterday was my 5-year anniversary. I have 2 big goals I want to do this next year on my, not even mainly for my stream, but 2 big goals I want to do this next year. I want to start editing together video. I need to learn how to use editing software, which is going to take some time. I want to start learning how to edit, make some short videos, like where to find matches early in Interloper, maybe like some short strat guides of, hey, when you spawn, this is the things you want to do no matter where you spawn. Maybe make some of those little kind of guides. I want to make some shorter form videos for YouTube, because I think that would help the channel, it would help me, and it would give people some good content. And then I also want to update my merchandise, tweak around some logo stuff, get some cool merchandise out there for people, because I've had a lot of people asking for it. I mean, I have merchandise. I don't think it's the best merchandise. It's kind of one of those things where it just kind of like, I like it, but at the same time I'd like to have more. You know what I'm saying? I'd like there to be something more. YouTube about to kick off as far as what, like die? But no, hey, YouTube for me, I use YouTube as a tool. I don't look at it as the be-all, end-all of what I want to do, because it's not. But I think like any other form of social media, especially for a streamer, YouTube is very important. YouTube can give people a good idea of what your channel is going to be like. Like in my case, my YouTube channel is very indicative of what you're going to get when you come and watch me live. Because that's just what it is. I mean, my YouTube channel is a reflection of my live streaming. And so, but a lot of viewers on YouTube like shorter content type stuff. They aren't into watching a 4, 5, 6, 7 hour video. They don't have the will to do it. I mean, not saying that it doesn't exist out there, but most people do not. A majority, I would suggest a majority do not. So I would like to get some shorter YouTube content out there for people who like a little bit shorter stuff. Oh, a man's about to grow a bit. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for, Wildline, because my YouTube channel grows. Believe me, I get like 60, 70 new subscribers a month. I mean, for being what it is, my YouTube channel has surpassed all expectations I ever had of it. And I get a lot of crossover from YouTube coming over here to watch me live. And people who, especially a lot of my viewership is in Europe and in other parts of the world that are completely opposite my time frame of when I stream. So YouTube gives them an opportunity, if they miss a stream, to go catch up on stuff. Yeah, and my videos don't really fit the algorithm. Exactly. My videos don't really fit the algorithm, so I don't get the attention that a lot of other channels do with the 20 to 30 minute videos, 10 to 30 minute videos. So I'd like to do that to put myself a little further up in the algorithm. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing, is especially for a lot of my international viewership, other than the weekends, I never stream at a time that is good for them. I'm streaming when they're going to bed. On the weekends, I'm streaming when they're kind of winding down for the day. It's like 4, 5, 6 o'clock for them. It's 9 o'clock in the morning for me. So it gives a great opportunity for them to see my stuff, to catch up on my stuff, and enjoy the content as well. And so I really like YouTube for that factor. And I think I could expand it and make it better. And that's one of my big goals this next year. This 6 year of streaming is to capitalize on that and make it better. Do better. And then, like I said, I want to sort of get some other merchandise stuff out there. I want to explore the options of that as well, and kind of get some other merch available, so maybe some limited time merch, that sort of stuff. So yeah, I have some goals for this next year. Like anything for me, a lot of it is just very time dependent because I have very little time in my day. I work Monday through Friday, a regular 40-hour-a-week job. I come home and stream in the evenings, and then I go to bed. On the weekends, I have, you know, I stream quite a bit. And so somewhere along the line, something has to give. And it'll probably be that I'll just curtail my streaming on the weekdays, maybe take a day or two off during the week, and have those as days where I'm just making content. Which I know there'll be some people who are, you know, sad about that, but I have to look to the future as well and go, where do I want my channel to be in another 5 years? Do I want it to, you know, how do I want to get my channel and get my availability for people to see my content out there? And believe me, I'll always be a streamer first and foremost. That's first and foremost my thing. That'll always be first and foremost my thing. Couldn't get that guy. I tried and I tried and I tried. So I had to shoot him in the face. Wow, I was way overshooting him. There's some sticks over here. Where'd that other arrow go? I had one more arrow out here, didn't I? How do you get so good at archery? 5,000 hours playing the game. 5,000 hours! Thought I had one more arrow. Maybe, oh, there it is. 5,000 hours playing this game. That's how you get good at archery. There's honestly, there's no shortcut. You practice a lot on Rabbit's Player Slayer, and that sort of stuff. Also, YouTube's much more favorable to mobile viewers. The quicker we viewers allow you to take a day or two to work on your YouTube content, the sooner channel will blow up and allow you to do it full time. Well, yeah, and that's the thing is I would like to make this a full-time gig for myself if I can. Yeah, well, and that's the thing is I think it's the next logical step for me, Flying Pharaoh. I'm doing it kind of backwards to a lot of other streamers that I've seen, and to a lot of other advice that people like Harris Heller give, where if you're starting on Twitch, I strongly recommend that you only stream 3 to 4 days a week at most, and spend the rest of your time creating shorter form YouTube content to draw people over to your stream. I did not know any of that when I started streaming, and so I stream 7 days a week, and I still pretty much stream 7 days a week. And I spend very little time making content for YouTube. I actually don't make any content for YouTube. I upload my videos. So for me, I'm kind of doing it backwards. I think it's made me grow slower, but honestly, it doesn't bother me. It's not like I was depending on Twitch and YouTube to make a living. It's definitely been good. It's helped me upgrade my computers and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I've sort of done it backwards, so. You even do a Discord poll, ask which days people prefer to watch, and select 2 weekdays. Well, the one thing I can do, Jarl, as well, is Twitch analytics are great. I can look back and see what days are my slowest, like, lowest viewer, counts and stuff for months. I mean, I can look back for months and see what my lowest viewer count days were. So Twitch actually has very good analytics for stuff like that. And I'd probably use that more than just a random selection of people saying, hey, I'd really like to see you on this day. Because I'm sure everybody would like to see me on every day. Twitch was more of a fun thing to do after a long day or day job. Exactly. And Wildlime, that's one reason I don't do a lot of challenges. I don't do very stressful games, because honestly, this is my relaxed time. I'm not looking to be stressed out during this time. I'm stressed out enough the other 8 days of my day. I don't need to come home just to more stress. I want to come home. I want to have fun with you guys. I want to chat. I want to goof off with you guys, go kill some wolves and bears, scamper around in the long dark, and just kind of do our thing without having to worry about, being all try-hardy on stuff. And, and of course, I know I go into focus mode on certain things and certain games, but, oh yeah, Escape the Pacific. I'm going to be turning Escape the Pacific Luger into a Sunday Monday thing. We're going to be playing Escape the Pacific on Sunday afternoon, and then on Monday at the late part of the stream, I'm going to be playing Escape the Pacific twice a week from now on. It gets good response. People like me playing it. They like to see me play it. They like to see me just kind of roam around in it, figure out things. So we're going to start dedicating 2 days a week to doing some Escape the Pacific games. So yeah, it's something fun to do. And honestly, Wildlime, when I started my channel 5 years ago, I never expected my channel to do what it's done. I never expected my channel that I'd be streaming for 40 minutes and I'd have 48 people watching me. I mean, I was just happy to have like 4 or 5 people come hang out with me and have fun. And just chill out with me for a little while. That was like great. It was like good. It's like having a little group of friends come hang out with you during the afternoon while you're playing games, So for me, my channel has by far exceeded even my wildest expectations. And I'm so happy to be where I am with it, but I'd love to see it grow even more. You kind of get, it's sort of one of those things, you kind of get a taste, and then you want your channel to grow even more. I mean, ultimately, yes, I'd love one day if I was as big as Co-Carnage on Twitch. I'd love to be as big as a guy like Co-Carnage. I respect Co-Carnage so much. I respect his opinions on stuff. I love watching him play and try out new games. I think he's a great guy. He's real down to earth, and I really enjoy his stuff. And I'd love to have a following like he has, of hundreds of thousands of people. but you know, that's the thing, is like, that takes time. Yeah, Ko's a great guy. Ko is a great guy. But yeah, I want the channel to grow and be better. And that, and you know, and I think my switch over to spending a couple of days first I have to learn how to use the software, to be honest. I am not technically inclined in any way, shape, or form. So first of all, I need to learn to use the software effectively so I'm not spending 10 hours making a 5-minute video. You know, I understand it's going to take a few hours to make a good video. Probably 4 or 5 hours to make a good, solid 20-minute video. I understand that, but I need to learn how to do it. And that, for me, is probably going to be the biggest challenge of all. Because I am not technically inclined in any way, shape, or form. But I'm willing to do that because I want things to, you know, grow and get better and ultimately be able to have this be my full-time gig. I'm very fortunate that I don't feel like I have to make this my full-time gig because I have a very good job otherwise. But, you know, that could go away tomorrow. I mean, you know, look at what the Couve did to everybody. I mean, there were jobs and whole industries that just disappeared overnight. I don't think my job's in danger of that, but, you know, things are not always guaranteed in this world, and it's always good to have a backup plan. Nothing wrong with that at all. And something like this, I think, could be very nice and stable, you know, for me down the road. And it's something I enjoy. I'm not sure how much I would like, say, Twitch to grow, especially if I like interacting with the chat. Not that I ever get viewers, the few times I do. Harder to interact with people when you have a bunch of chat. It is, you can put chat into slow mode. But most of the games, see, that's one thing. Wild Lime, I try to surround myself with games that are generally pretty chillax. Where I can play, but I can also pay attention to chat. And even when we've had hundreds of people in here, which I have had hundreds of people in at a time, I'm still pretty easily able to keep up on chat. You know, other than Mark Wars, I ignore him. But other than Mark Wars, I keep up on the chat pretty good. Yes, the cherry on top of yesterday's stream, I got a Twitter shout out from Raphael himself. That was really, really sweet. That was really cool. Yeah. That was that just warmed the cockles of my little hardened, shrunken, cold, dark heart. Getting a shout out from Raph yesterday. I was like, oh wow, that's so cool. But yes, Raph gave me a shout out yesterday, which I really, really appreciate. And that was very nice of him to do. And yes, yesterday, boys and girls, was such an amazingly awesome stream. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me yesterday, having fun with me. We had an amazing, fun time playing Long Dark, reminiscing about the old days. Serene Living with a 3-month resub as well. Thank you so much, Serene Living. I appreciate that.
Just subscribed.
Thank you so much for that 3-month resub there. I was going to say you're only 3 months away from 6 months. Well, hello everybody. I know this is what you all came here for today. I have played Among Trees. Among Trees was an interesting game for, 7, 8, 12 hours. I didn't find a lot of good content down the road on it, but it was a very beautiful game. It was indeed. But welcome to Puppetry of the Fish. We are coming to you live from the frozen wastelands of Ash Canyon. We don't have many fish in this pond, though. This pond is very, 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 very weak. We have a few bass and a few whitefish like myself. But I would like to thank you for coming by, and hello, everybody. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day. What a nice fish. He gave us a good intro there. Oh, I'm Billy the smallmouth bass, and I'd just like to say, look into my eye. Look into my red eye. Look at my 1,300 calories I have. But I weigh 4.5 kilos. I'm a very heavy fish. I'm very heavy. I drop the heavy beats. I dropped the heavy beats. I'm a DJ. You didn't know that? I'm a DJ. We have DJs underwater. DJs are underwater. They're very good. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know they had them. Hi guys, how's it going? I'm not gonna say very much because I know Atheenon wants to get to fishing, but look at my tail. Isn't it beautiful? I got a beautiful tail. Aw, he just what a vain fish. He liked to be in the vein of being fishy. Hopefully it won't be much longer until Among Trees gets some new content. Yeah, they haven't got any for a while, which kind of disappoints. I'm just a little smallmouth bass. I only have 800 calories in me, guys. You should throw me back. You should throw me back, Athena. Nope, I'm keeping you, buddy.
Night is coming.
All right, let's cook up some fishies. Cooking up the fishies. Actually, I have Icarus, Jarl. I played it last weekend. We played on the second weekend, beta weekend, when they added storms in, which were absolutely amazing in the game. We'll be playing it again, not this coming weekend, but the weekend following that, when they add in frozen biomes to the game. So yes, I actually own it, and I will say it's actually a very, very good game. I was very impressed by it. Joy with the 100 bitty boos! Thank you for the 100 bits there, Joy. I appreciate that very, very much. But yes, I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed Icarus quite a bit. It was a cool game. A cool game. You gotta prep for dinner. What's for dinner tonight, Mark Wars? You can't leave us hanging. What's for dinner tonight, my friend? Slow cooker chicken Tinga's tacos. Ooh. Yum. Can I say yum? That sounds delish. Throw me some of those chicken tacos there. Yeah, you've been out. Yeah, no problem. No. I quite enjoyed Icarus. It was a fun little game to play. You are not late at all. We've only been streaming for 51 minutes, my friend. 51 minutes. Got 4 hours on that. We'll sleep for 6. Burned my house down. It was so beautiful the way it crumbled. Yeah, I did not burn my house down, thank God. We're on a schedule to open up the tap room. I managed and the Delta variant got in the way of our opening, but after a long summer of setbacks, looks like we're going to be opening next month. Nice! Well, congratulations. I hope the open goes well for you. I hope the open goes well for you. Have a good lurk. Lurk for tacos. Hey, there's lots of other stuff that's way worse to lurk for than tacos. No, sounds weird, but the ways materials burn, it's not just basic animation. Every material burns differently. It is cool. The physics of that game are very interesting, Jarl. I've been very impressed by it so far. So I definitely, I'm very excited to see what they do next. Well, that don't sound good. That's a blizzard. Oh, look, I left the lantern here. Haha, I left my lantern here. Or maybe that's the lantern that spawns here. I don't know. Yeah, the way wood cuts is very simple. They keep it simple and they keep it safe. I like that too. Oh, look! Some nice person lowered us a rope. Isn't that nice of them? Put on our climbing crampons. That was so nice of somebody. Who was the nice person who put that rope down? It was me. But no, I've been very impressed by Icarus so far. I will definitely be playing it again when it goes into the next beta phase. We actually gave away a copy, maybe 2 copies of Icarus yesterday to people, so... Oh, I bet you've been this cold in your life before. That's okay, we'll just go in here and chill out for a few. Bop, 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 bop. Get the rest of our sleep. Oh, wait a second. Let's go drop our fish outside just because I don't like carrying stinky meat. We drop the fishies outside. We're basically utilizing days to explore this zone. That we're waiting for our moose hide to cure. That's why we're fishing and doing a few other activities, is we're just utilizing our time in the zone to get some exploring done. I may be tech smart, but I never seem to be tech smart with Twitch extensions. Oh God, I'm not either. Believe me, I'm not either. So you're not alone there, Wildlime. You are not alone, my friend. I am not smart with the Twitch extensions myself, so I'm actually pretty hopeless with them. So I try my best with them, but I end up usually failing quite a bit. They can be kind of a pain to run sometimes. They don't always run like they're supposed to, I guess. Is I think the most frustrating thing. They make them seem like they will, but yeah. Believe me, I'm not tech savvy either, so. Walk over here, climb up another rope. I don't really use that many Twitch extensions. I think I have like 2 of them going or something like that. But that's about it. Slurricane, hello, hello. But yeah, streaming is a interesting thing to do. Very interesting. But it's enjoyable. As long as you're enjoying it, there's no wrong way to do it. As long as you're having a good time, you're doing it right, so. Now, those crampons just help like crazy climbing up this cliff. One and gone, right there, yep. One and done, and we're up the cliff. That is freaking awesome. Are you trying to use the store? You can go there. If you go to that link, it'll tell you how many bear hides you have, too. Or you can also type points in the chat, and it'll tell you. I just lost all my points.
Starting to feel numb.
I still found no Polaroids in this zone, which is weird. I could have looked for a Polaroid by the moose, where we killed the moose, but I decided not to. The cool thing about Ash Canyon is you get into these upper areas, there's no predators at all. There's no predators up here at all. Except the bear. The bear is the only one, and he's always over by the mining camp. You don't really have to worry about the bear unless you go to the mining camp area. And I checked up there for a Polaroid. There wasn't one. As you can see, there was some birch there that we harvested. I'm just picking up sticks because that'll help us out. I hear ducky hugs, but there's no duckies up here. There's no duckies up here. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear, my friends. Nothing to fear but fear itself. But thank you for the ducky hug there. I appreciate that. See, you got it to work. This zone does have a lot of sticks in it. Lots of sticks just laying around. Has a lot of branches, too. It has very high bridges. If you don't like heights, boys and girls, look away. I'll let you know when we're across. We're across. We're across. You can look again. Now this over here is actually one of the places that you go to map. If you find a Polaroid, the high meadow here is where you map that Polaroid at. This game had VR. I would absolutely hate that bridge. Oh, heck yeah. I would be so scared of it if it had VR and you had to cross that bridge. That would be so frightening. Oh, look, some more birch. Look, there's more birch. I think on my Will Eggy McKenzie character, just from this zone alone, I have 17 birch. 17 birch from this zone alone, and like 7 maples. This zone has so much birch and maple in it, it's just absolutely astounding. You get a birch, and you get a birch. You all get a birch. Everyone gets a birch, exactly. Yeah, there's Ash Canyon definitely up the birch and maple inventory that you can have early game. Wow, I have 62 cattails on me. Holy crud. And I have no water. That's interesting. Drink down a tea here. I think there's a deer over here that we can make a little camp by and harvest for a minute. Yep, there's a deer corpse over here. Right by some nice scrub brush, too. And oh, some more feathers, too. I like that. Before you harvest a deer like this, you always want to pick the feathers up. There's a possibility that you will actually get more feathers when you harvest him. Did I get a Maglins fire going? No. So you always want to harvest those feathers up before you harvest the deer at all. Because if you harvest them first, then there's a chance he'll drop more when you harvest them. If you get the feathers first, there's a chance he'll drop more feathers on the harvest. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. So, use it. Use it and love it.
Come on, little fire.
Come on, little fire. I got Henry's orange soda.
Oh, lucky
Made
day.
with real sugar in a glass bottle. It's so good. It's so good. I went and bought a 6-pack of it for the weekend since I have no Sobe right now. The Sobe shortage continues, my friends. Now this we can take with our hands. You always want to take the hide with your hands, if you can. I have Carcass Harvesting 5, so it doesn't matter how frozen the animal is, I can always take it with my hands. The guts you always want to take with the knife. They'll give you the fastest as well. Are there wolves in the ravine on Loper or Stalker? No, there are no wolves in the ravine, period, on any difficulty level. There's never wolves in the ravine. So the ravine is always a safe place to go. Because you'll never find wolves there. There is 1 to 2 wolves that can spawn in Winding River, but in the ravine there's none. I don't see any more feathers from this guy. Oh, there's one there. There's a crow feather. I think that... Oh, there's another one. See, he respawned some feathers. They just kind of spawned in a weird spot. Alright, let's just sleep for an hour. Even if a blizzard comes in and wipes your fire out, you get totally cold and start getting hypothermic, you can't die in 1 hour. So we're just going to sleep for an hour at a time here, just get some of our strength back so we can climb down into the ravine here. And then we can go to the cave and sleep there for a while. There's a place called the Climber's Cave that's really close to us. And we're going to go sleep there for the night. I'm actually, you know what? Hey! The person who I affectionately call Rihanna. Hi, Rihanna! How you doing tonight? How's it going? I love this game too, Slurricane. I love this game too. Good to see you back. I hope you're having a great night.
Time to look for shelter.
And things are going good. Even if we sleep for an hour, even though those will boil, they won't boil away. They should still have like 10-15 minutes on when we get up. Alright, we're almost back to full fighting weight. Need to drink a little water. Probably have to leave some stuff up here, but... Ah, Thomasina, thank you so much for the 5 years! The 5-year hype is real! Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Very, very much. Okay, we need to drop just a little bit of weight. I'll just leave some sticks, because that's easy to do. There we go. Gets us down to weight. As long as we start climbing before we start getting tired, we'll be good. I started playing the game and I'm a wuss, so just to learn the mechanics, I'm doing a run on easy mode. Well, you have to. No, when I started playing this game, I only played on Voyager. I played on Voyager for 100 days before I even attempted to go to Stalker. You got to. The game mechanics and the map knowledge that you need to live on the higher levels, you can't just jump into Interloper and expect to have it all right away. You have to spend some time on those lower difficulty levels, gaining that knowledge, getting familiar with the territory. I'll give you guys night vision. And that will allow you to live longer on the more difficult levels. And honestly, this game is not about... It's about the struggle to survive. And what I find struggle to survive may be different than what you find hard struggle to survive. It's different for each and every one of us. And there's some people who don't ever want to do that. They want to explore. They don't even want to struggle. They just want to explore, enjoy the beauty of the game, look at a beautiful aurora, and be like, wow, that's so cool. They just want to explore and enjoy it. Gameslift, who plays this game as well, he only plays it on, I dropped a Fire Striker, I think. He only plays it on Voyager, because he likes just chilling out, having fun with the game, and enjoying the beauty of it. He doesn't want to be a try-hard of the game, so... And not to be over-encumbered in Voyager. Even in Stalker, not being over-encumbered is a challenge. It is. Once you play enough of Interloper, you go back and play Stalker, and even Stalker is it's hard to stay underweight with all the stuff that it gives you. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing, Thomasina. This game is so free in the freedom of structure is the beauty of this game. It really truly is. And boys and girls, if you've not gone over and given her channel a follow, please go give my good friend a follow. Give her a check out sometime when she's on. She's absolutely awesome, and her channel is so fun. And just hang out with her. She plays Long Dark. She has a whole bunch of fun doing it, and that's what this is all ultimately about. So go and give her a follow. Check her out sometime when she's online. Don't check her out that way. BK, I'm watching you. Now, even though this is an open cave, it's warm inside of it, so you can sleep in here. I mean, it's not super warm, but with the clothing we have, this cave will not kill us tonight. And now watch, I say that and then I die. But, no, of course, I love giving you a shout out. You're a fellow Long Darker. Us Long Darkers have to stick together. Oh, look at that beautiful, like, frame right there. It's like framing the aurora. That is too cool. I have to take a picture of that. That's a screenshot right there, baby. That's a screenshot right there. That is just too cool. Look at it with night vision too. Night vision, it like accentuates all those colors. Oh, my night vision camera's way off to where I am. That's so weird. There we go. Less blur when I go back to regular. But, yeah. Please go give Thomasina a follow. Definitely worth it. Oh, but, yes. Exactly, Night Angel. Her stream is awesome. I concur. I'm Atheenon, and I heartily endorse this message. My stream is not in any way sponsored by Sobe. Or Henry's orange cream soda. Although the Henry's orange cream soda, even their root beer soda, and their vanilla, actually all three of them are amazingly awesome. They're made with real sugar, so you can actually taste it. It actually tastes really good. Oh, I forgot, you can also cure stuff in here. Might as well drop that. Drop those. There we go. Wow, look at the reds. Look at the reds. We get the reds in with it, too. I like that. I'm going to take another picture. Moments like that I just love the Long Dark. I look at it, I'm just like, wow. What a beautiful freaking game. What a beautiful game. What a masterpiece these guys have made. I cannot wait for the new content to come out, especially for it to hit survival mode. I mean, I'm happy they're coming out with Chapter 4. Hopefully Chapter 5 a year to follow. I'm very happy about that. Because it will give more attention to the game as well, which I think is overall good for all of us, to get more attention for the game. But mostly I'm excited for the new content that will come to survival mode following story mode. That I'm super excited about. Wow, look at that. Like, it like rippled there. It like ripples. It's like rippling. That's what I'm super excited about, is brand new zone, brand new places to explore and die in, brand new places to get lost in. Places. See, for me, that's I think probably for me that's why I'm so excited about the new stuff, is because most of these zones I've thoroughly explored over the 5,000 hours that I played this game. I know the ins and outs. I know where the little nooks and crannies are, where there's a cool little loot spot, where there's a cave you can ditch in, where you can go and hang out for a while and just be chill. With a new zone, it's all new content. It's all new exploration. It's all a clean slate. I mean, I would love... I am so envious of new players of this game, because they get to see it with no knowledge of what's going on, with not knowing where things are. I would love to have that view of the game again. I would love to be able to play this game without knowledge of where stuff is again. Because it's such a, I mean, not that it's a bad experience later when you know where stuff is, but to be able to see it again for the first time, nothing like it. Nothing like it. Well, you know, Thomasina, not only do I think it's part marketing, I think it's also because Raph has a very specific vision for this game. And he doesn't want to put out a crap product. He doesn't want to put out a product that immediately is going to get blowback, that looks unfinished, that doesn't seem complete. He wants to put it out, and sure, there's always hot fixes and some tweaking that needs to be done, because there's things that they play test and they put it through the turmoil of their play testing and stuff before they release it. But really, the true test of any game and the problems it might have are when it hits live and thousands of people play it and start giving their feedback on, hey, this doesn't really work right, or this seems to be broken. And a lot of times there's just things they don't see because you can't catch everything. And so I'm very happy that they, and of course, you know, everything with 2020 and COVID and all that stuff just drastically changed a lot of timetables as well. I think without COVID, we probably would already have Chapter 4. Probably early, like late 2020, we would have got Chapter 4. But COVID kind of shut down a lot of stuff. And they're up in Canada. They even shut stuff down even there more. And they didn't have people in the offices. They didn't have people working on it all the time. And so there was definitely some hurdles to overcome. And so I'm very pleased that they'll have it out this year. I'm very pleased that they'll be bringing it out. And honestly, I've said it before, I hope it takes them 10 years to finish the entire chapters to the story. Because guess what? That's 10 more years of content for me. Selfish, I know. It's a selfish thing. It's a selfish thing. Yeah, I hope it takes them a while longer to do it. Because guess what? For us streamers of the game, it gives us more time to have more content. But I love the ideas that they've come out with. I love the idea that you know, they had a survey. What was it, like 6-9 months ago? They did a survey, and they even asked in the survey, after we finish, you know, it's our commitment to make the game all inclusive through the end of Chapter 5. Now, after Chapter 5 is done, what interest would there be in us putting out map DLCs for the game that you'd have to pay for? They aren't just going to be free anymore. But what's the interest in that? And I was like, I would 100%. 100%. If they came out with a $9.99 or even a $14.99 DLC of a new map and several new pieces of gear and different items we could get with that DLC, boom, I'm there. I mean, I totally would support the game and pay for a DLC. Totally. Without even a moment's hesitation. I would. I mean, I appreciate that their commitment is that until Chapter 5 is done, you buy the game and everything is inclusive. I'm actually kind of happy that they are raising their list price for the game to, I think they're going up to $34.99 or $34.95 US. I think the game is worth that. There are AAA games that I've paid $60 for that don't even hold a candle to the long dark. And so I'm happy that they're going to make it a little more expensive. So I'm happy that they'll make it a little more expensive. I think that'll give us, I think in the end that will give us a better quality product. It gives them a little more capital. Oh, here's a Polaroid. Polaroid #1, baby. Oh, no. You were supposed to have a Polaroid in you, you bastard. You made me get all excited, then you crushed my heart. You know, and so I'm glad they're doing that. I mean, the game is way bigger than it ever was before. I mean, as far as, like, content. And so I think it's worth a little bump in price. And honestly, this game is available on Game Passes. It's available on sale on Steam very frequently. Very frequently this game goes on sale for like 60 to 70% off on Steam. So if you're not wanting to spend a lot of money on it and you're willing, yeah, and on Epic as well, and if you're willing to wait and catch one of the sales, you can get a good deal on it. You don't have to spend full price on it because there's lots of other avenues. So, you know, I think though that it's a smart move on their part because the game has a ton. The game has been the same price for years and years and years. And the game at this point has way more content than it ever has had before. And with the advent of them adding Chapter 4, it even has more content. I mean, this game, when I started playing this game had no... This whole section over here was non-existent. This did not exist, and this did not exist. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major zones and 3 connector zones. You now have 11 major zones and 3 connector zones. The game, as of Chapter 4, will have doubled in size. And almost, I would almost argue that it has increased in size even more than that, because the new zones like Hush River Valley and Ash Canyon and even Mountain Town are so much bigger than zones like Desolation Point and even Forlorn Muskeg. And so the size of the zones has increased as well. So I think that them raising the price by $5 for the game is a nominal thing at a nominal price to pay for the content you're getting. And like I said, the game goes on sale all the time. The game goes on sale all the time, and it's like right now it's on the Xbox Game Pass, so you can pick it up on there and play it right now on Xbox if you have the Game Pass. So yeah, I mean, for new regions and stuff, if they wanted to keep expanding the game beyond Chapter 5, if they wanted to keep expanding the game beyond Chapter 5 and give us a whole bunch of new zones and content, for whatever. I mean, I don't know the price. I mean, $9.99 an update, $14.99 for an update. I don't know. I mean, I would not be against that. I think it would be a smart marketing move, and I think it would be a smart move on their part to do that, to keep putting out new content. I am willing to pay for good content. I am willing to pay for good content. I always will be.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
I didn't mean to climb there. I've gotten it on Nintendo Switch on sale. I got a copy on Epic, plus bought it twice as a gift when on sale for friends. Oh, I've given away copies of it here too, Kimsey. I mean, I find my audience is not really the ones to give it away to, because honestly, most all of you have this game by this point on one platform or another. So most of you already own the game. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot of you have it. Tanny Gaming, hello. How are you doing tonight? How is it going?
Yeah, freezing.
Hold on just a second. I gotta take a quick break here for a sec. Give Tanny Gaming a shout out. Last playing Muck. I don't know what Muck is. What is Muck? What is Muck? But please go give Tanny Gaming a follow, boys and girls. New member of our community. Been hanging out here for a little bit. New streamer. Go give her a follow. Give her some love. Give some love. Give some ass pack love, boys and girls. That's what we're all about. The ass pack love. The love machine. The rogue survival. Kind of hard, but I love it. Oh, so, okay. I played a few of those. I played like I played like Darkest Dungeon. That was kind of fun. I'm not big into the roguelike games myself. It's never been my bag, but I have played a few of them, so. This is the part of the zone I always get a little lost in. It's kind of fun to roam around in it though.
Power in the verse can stop
Hey,
me.
thank you for following there. I appreciate that very, very, very much. Oh wow, it's really warm in here. Holy crud. This is like Warmo Cave. Warmo Cave. Thank you for the follow there. Atelophobia. Is it a telephobia? Hope I got that right. Thank you for the follow, Telephobia. I appreciate that. Ooh, snap-a-doodle day. Snap-a-doodle. Oh my God. We have a special guest in channel right now, boys and girls. Yes, my hat gets a lot of attention. Oh my God, boys and girls. Well, Katie, first of all, it's awesome to have you here. Katie is a fellow streamer, boys and girls. Someone who I kind of like met on Twitch, God, years ago now. It's crazy. I mean, I just celebrated my 5-year anniversary on Twitch yesterday, Katie, which was insane. It was absolutely insane to think I've been here for 5 years now. But yeah, met her years ago on Twitch. We almost hooked up. We almost like met at the last TwitchCon in 2019 now. Can you believe that? 2019. She's a great streamer though. You need to go give her a follow. She's an absolutely adorable young lady. I love her to death. I can't say good enough things about her. Her streams are always fun, engaging. If you like the sort of engagement that I try to give you here, talking to chat and stuff, she is amazing and awesome, and she's always so cool, welcoming to new viewers, and just go give her a follow. You won't regret it. I promise you. She's really an amazing streamer. So, yeah, wow, yeah. I mean, it's been years. It's been actual years. Long Dark treated me good tonight. I recovered from being stomped on by a moose. We have the moose hide curing back at our main base right now. So we're just kind of chilling out in Ash Canyon and exploring a little bit, doing stuff and things. But no, it's going good. The Long Dark always treats me well. But this weekend we got a bunch of cool games this weekend, boys and girls. Of course, we got Long Dark tomorrow morning. Maybe this character I think we might just start a new character tomorrow. Because this character is almost to the point where I want him to be. Where I have all my stuff, I have all my clothing, I have everything I want to survive. So we might just start a new character tomorrow and call this one good. But we got Long Dark tomorrow. We're going to play a small indie game called Arid, which I've had a lot of people asking me to keep playing, so I'm going to play some Arid tomorrow as well. And then we got, tomorrow night we got a game called Project Grove that the developers were kind enough to send me a key on. I played Project Grove, gosh, about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, when they were just doing some early beta testing. I really liked the look and feel of the game. I'm excited to play it again, now that they have some other stuff out. And then on Sunday, we got Long Dark Stream Loots Edition, so get those Stream Loots cards ready. You'll be able to control the stream, tell me what to do, tell me when I need to do things that'll probably be harmful to my character. And then we'll be playing, of course, Escape the Pacific. And we'll be going back into a little bit of Medieval Dynasty on Sunday as well. So Saturday, Sunday, we got 2 12-hour streams lined up, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be about 4 to 6 p.m. if you live in Europe. If you live in the EU. I can never say EU without going EU. But yeah, lots of good stuff tomorrow and Sunday. So, but tonight we got Long Dark all night long. I was gonna do a little Chernobyl light, but I decided to go. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. PP Milkshake, how you doing, buddy? How's it going there, my friend? Interesting name. I'm surprised Twitch let you. Surprised Twitch let you keep that one. Surprised they let you keep that name there, my friend. But yeah, I can't believe I'm into my 6th year of streaming now. It's crazy. Haven't streamed today because I had so much yard work to do, and now I feel too tired to pull a night stream. Maybe a shower will wake me up. Still waiting for the next chapter of this game. Well, here's my prediction, because they said one thing in the dev diary that made me think this. They said they're releasing the new chapter before it goes live for Survival. But Survival will be released by the end of the year. End of the year for them usually means they release it right before their Christmas break, which is about mid-December. So by mid-December, we'll have the new zone and the new stuff available to us in Survival mode. So, if you take that and you rewind it, they're probably going to release another, some sort of Halloween event this year. So that puts the latter part of November out of the picture as well. So I have a feeling the next chapter is probably going to be released end of this month, and if not end of this month, probably within the first week or two of November. It's a guess. I've never been right on any prediction I've ever made. I'm usually wrong most of the time. Just ask my ex-wife, she'll tell you that. I am wrong most of the time. But I think on this, I can sort of look at the timeline and go, well, when are they going to put it out? Right near Darkwalker? A Darkwalker event or a new Halloween event? Probably not. Are they going to put it out a week before they release live on Survival, which is right at their Christmas break? Probably not. And so I'm thinking late this month, early November is our best bet. I'm thinking that's probably when it's going to be out. It's good to have an ex that's always right. I know, Black Man. I know. You know, hey. Well, her and her new husband moved to Wyoming or somewhere. I don't know. That was years. That whole thing was years ago. My kids are 26. My daughter just turned 26 yesterday. 26. When are they gonna fix all the bugs in the game? I doubt you're gonna see a lot of bug fixing after Chapter 5 comes out. They'll probably still fix a few bugs here and there, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. The bugs in this game are pretty. Let's be honest. The bugs in this game are pretty negligible. They're pretty negligible when it comes down to it. There's a few that I'd like to see them address, like the whole thing with the bears doing the circle around you. But one of my exes moved to Sweden and became a pastor. Gorgeous girl didn't see it coming. Well, you know, usually in situations like that, you're the last one to know, right, Black Man PL? You're usually the last one to find out and stuff like that. And then you're like, what? So what? What just happened? What just happened? Oh, I do have a few rose hips I can prepare up. But yeah, I'm hoping, Katie, that it comes out soon. I mean, honestly, if you have to put my excitement level on a scale of 1 to 10 for just the story part, my excitement's about a 6. But my excitement's a 10 for the new content. Especially when it comes to survival mode. I mean, I enjoy story mode, but story mode for me is mainly a one and done. I play it, and I'll probably not ever play it again. It's not for me what the meat of the game is. The meat of the game for me is playing in survival mode. The story is kind of a nice thing that they have, and I appreciate that they do, because it gives you that backstory, a little insight on Will and Astrid, makes you feel a little bit more for the characters that you're playing. But you know, for me, the story mode is kind of a one-time play, and then I'm moving on, and I'm going back into survival mode. And I personally, from a streaming standpoint, I actually like that they released Chapter 3, both in story and survival at the same time, because as a streamer, I probably won't play the story mode the day it releases. Mainly because most of my viewers play the game themselves and want to play the story mode and probably don't want spoilers. I'll probably wait a week or week and a half before I play it. But when they released story and survival at the same time, I was able to play in the new stuff in the survival mode and then play story mode. Make story mode kind of a special weekend event or something, you know? So I won't be playing story mode right out of the gate. Just because a lot of my viewers, a large portion of my viewership, plays the game themselves, and I understand not wanting to have those spoilers before you play your version of the story mode. I mean, I'd be the same way. So it kind of was like, oh, they aren't going to release story and survival at the same time, because I usually would use the exploration of the new content as kind of the filler to the moment that I would play the story. And I can't do that this time. Can't do that this time, but I'm still gonna hang off and let other people play the story mode, let viewers play the story mode, and it makes it kind of fun too because they get to watch me have my reactions to it already knowing what's gonna happen because they've already played it. So they get sort of the joy of me not knowing. You know, it's one of those things where the audience gets the joy of me not knowing as much as they know. Which I'm sure is a joy for a lot of them. Because usually they come here asking me questions. I'll be in story mode asking them questions. Oh, jeez. Louise. And then we get a storm. And then we get a storm. That is a Canadian. Yep, that's a Canadian maple leaf. And then on the back of the hat, there is a bear with little sticks by it. He's got little sticks. He's got little sticks. Yes. But yes, and my hat, boys and girls, was made by the wonderful Linuendo, who owns a place called Gate City Yarns. Well, that's her Facebook page anyway. And she has made things for other streamers as well. For other streamers, for audience members. She's knitted them socks, custom hats. Go check her out if you want to get a piece of custom gear for her. I don't know what she charges, but you know, that's between you and her. And I've had a lot of viewers get like some hats, cool hats. She knitted me a pair of socks, which, oh man, when I had the power outage back in February for a week, I had no power for a week in the middle of February, in the middle of record low temperatures. Those socks were amazing. I wore them pretty much 24/7 for like 7 days straight. They needed a little bit of laundering after that. But I slept in them, I worked in them, I walked around the house in them. So yes, Jeff, definitely go check out her place. And I think you can DM her or PM her, or whatever the heck you kids are calling it. Whatever you kids are calling it this day. A PM or a DM or whatever. You know, back in my day, we just called them DAs. Dumb arses. That's what we did. We just yell out, hey, dumb arse. We wouldn't be that polite about it, though. We'd use the ASS word, which I'm not going to use on stream, because that would be rude. All right. Well, if the storm will ever pass, we could actually do something. Gosh, dang it. Dang, nabbit, Mr. Storm. Why do you have to be so stormy? I have nothing to maintain. All my weapons and stuff are in good shape. I can't fix that. I guess I can fix a piece of clothing. Why not? We need to get our mending skill up. Why not do it? Hey, look at that. Our socks are in great shape again. Oh, look at that. Let's get the combat pants repaired too. Mending skill takes so dang long to level up anyway. Might as well take advantage of some bad weather and do some mending. Oh, it sounds like the storm might have passed. Oh, look at that. The storm passed. All right, let's pick that up. All right, let's go. Heidi ho, neighbors. Let's go. Back to our cabin in the woods, and we'll see if our moose hide's ready to go. It's been a couple of days. I don't think it'll be ready. I think it'll be at like, I'm guessing 80, high 80s, low 90s when we get back there. High 80s to low 90s. Oh, by the way, this is another area that is wolf-free. There are no wolves in this area. There just aren't. So another wolf-free area for you. Really, the wolves are only in two places. Down in the very lowest part of the zone, and up by the waterfall that leads to the cave that goes up to the mining camp. Those are really the only two places that the wolves are. But there's a lot of them. In those two places, there is probably anywhere from 10 to 15 wolves in those two spots. Easily 10 to 15 wolves. The nice thing about this place is that you come over here and you can drop down here. You can't get back up this way. I came at it the wrong direction. We'll have to take a little drop here. There we go. So you can come down here, and then the angler's den. The angler's den is right below us. It's right there. The angler's den is like right by this spot.
Getting cold.
Oh, shush-a-doodles. You'll be fine. Then the angler's den's right around the corner here. And we're back home. Look at that. Let's see how my prediction holds up. I said high 80s, low 90s. We'll see where we're at. Which area in Canada? I am in oh, I'm not in Canada. I'm oh wow, 98. It's almost done. I didn't expect that. Well, that's good. I actually live in Oregon. I live in Oregon in the US. I'm a fake Canadian. So, a Canadian? Something like that? I'm not actually Canadian. Hey, Mr. Jiraiya. Jiraiya? I'll just call you Master, because I like that. That's like Doctor Who. That's like Doctor Who. You're the Master. You are the Master. How you doing tonight, my friend? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday, possibly Saturday. Girara, see, I'm horrible. I'm horrible with screen names. I'm horrible with screen names. I have the worst ability to read screen names of anybody I know. Anybody I know, I have the worst ability to read screen names, and I apologize so much. Apologize so much that I suck so bad. I try my darndest. I try and try, yet it never works right. Well, the ones I really have a hard time with are people who use numbers for letters, because my brain just cannot. My brain just turns off. I cannot fathom an 8 being anything other than an 8, or a 7 being anything other than a 7. I just can't do it. My brain goes no. So what we're gonna do tonight, since I'm gonna wait, because it's gonna take a couple more hours to cure. It's getting late in the day. I'm gonna grab, I think, some reclaimed wood. So we got so much of it. I'm gonna load up with some reclaimed wood. I can leave some more sticks here. You always want to build up stockpiles of fuel, boys and girls. Be it wood, cedar, coal, whatever. You also want to build up stockpiles of guts and hides and books and coffees and teas, because those will get you through all the darkest hours. You also want to leave quality tools on workbenches, because with a quality tool, it takes half the time that it does with hands to make an arrow. So you can make twice the arrows with quality tools in the same amount of time. They're the best. They are the best. Look, it's a jerry can. Speaking of which, let's refuel that. I don't need a storm lantern where we're going. We'll just leave that here too. How much water do we have on us? A couple liters. I'll take one more just to be on the safe side. I got plenty of cattails, so I don't need to take any meat with me. I guess I'll take a rabbit hide and repair that. Grab a rabbit hide and a gut. The quality of hides when they're cured doesn't matter as far as like fixing clothing or even making clothing. So 106, if you know, you know. 106, what? What is 106? I see 106. All I see is 106. I'm hopeless. Eat a little bit of food here before we go. Oh, that was nothing. Let's eat a piece of good moose meat then. That'll get us nice and full. There we go. All right. So underneath that bridge there, if you go over this direction and go under that bridge, there's a very nice little cave. Oh, it's an anime reference. Oh, I don't watch. I've watched anime. I'm not an anime. I'm an anime normie. Let's put it that way. I like some anime, but I'm an anime normie. I sort of watch what people recommend I watch, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I don't really like go out and buy it or anything. I'm not big into anime. I don't have a favorite anime or anything. I've had some that I like, that I've watched, and I've been like, yeah, that's cool. But I'm pretty much a normie when it comes to it. I think it's good stuff. I think some of the stories I've seen with anime are like, it's like, why are we not making stories like these here? Why can our creators not come up with stories half this good, or half this interesting, or exciting? Why do all of our creators just seem to make it the same homogenized garbage that everybody else is? This is like every anime I've ever seen. Every anime really that I've ever seen, a lot of them have the same kind of notes and beats to them in some ways, but all of them are just extremely unique in so many ways as well. And I think that's what draws people to them. It's like entertainment used to be. You know, something like The Matrix would come out, and it was like unlike anything you ever saw. Something like Terminator would come out, and it'd be like nothing you ever saw before. Predator would come out, and you'd be like, holy crap, that is crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. Movies like Breakfast Club would come out, and you'd be like, oh my god, that's like a masterpiece. You know, and then on like comedy side, you get stuff like Spaceballs or Blazing Saddles, or, you know, stuff like that. You'd be like, wow, that's just never been done before. And now so much that I see out there, it's like, oh, it's kind of cool looking, but seen better. I've seen that before. I mean, honestly, and this is no bash against them, because I think overall it wasn't a bad movie. Who said Predator? I said Predator. The Predator movie was awesome. And it had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jesse the Body Ventura in it. I mean, come on, you can't go wrong. But I saw the new Shang-Chi movie, and honestly, it was okay. I mean, it didn't knock my socks off. I mean, but you take it in the context of just it by itself, and it's not a bad movie. Pretty solid. Pretty solid movie. Other than the character of Katie, who I just could not stand. It was like that annoying sidekick. It was like an annoying Scrappy Doo, and you just wanted him to go away. But, you know, I've watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I've watched Enter the Dragon. I've watched Pick Your Jackie Chan movie. I've seen it done before, and I've seen it done better. 10 years ago. 20 years ago. I've seen it done better. There was nothing unique and new about that movie that was like, oh my god, that is so cool. Like when the first like Iron Man movie came out, it was like, oh my god, this has never looked as good as it does. They've never done this before. The Iron Man suit looked amazing. The first one he made and the second one that he made, you know, it was like, wow, I've never seen this before. You know, it's like they used to have like a unique factor to them, and now it's almost like cut and paste. It's like they're like, you got to have this beat in it, you got to have the hero, you got to have this thing here, you got to have some big scary monster at the end that they got to fight with some big CGI monster fight. Personally, for me, that's what kind of ruined the first Suicide Squad movie. It was like, oh great, here we go again, a horde of faceless enemies that you don't give a crap about when the heroes kill, because it's like, whatever, I've seen this in Avengers before. And then there's some big swirly monster that they're gonna fight at the end. Ooh, yay. Yay. It's like, you know, and so Thanos was great. I mean, there were great moments with Thanos. I mean, Thanos was awesome. You know, he was so well done. I mean, and the characters built that were coming up with him were great as well. I mean, for me, barring the new Loki TV series, oh God, don't even get me started. But Loki's story arc throughout the early MCU up to Endgame was one of my favorite things to watch. Starting him out as a character who is just willing to kill multitudes of people and just be like, what difference does it make? I don't care. And then going through his whole arc, reconciling with Thor, reconciling with his father, to the point where in Endgame he sacrifices his life, spits in Thanos' face, and just goes, "You'll never be a god." It was like, oh my God, what a way to go! What a way to go! That's like what you want to see. That makes you like, that memory sticks with me. That, I mean, ask me about Shang-Chi, I can tell you a few things that happened in it, but honestly, nothing in that movie jumped out at me and made me go, oh my God, I gotta watch that again. I've watched most of the early Marvel stuff, Iron Man, Thor, not really Thor 2, in Dark World, but a lot of that stuff, especially Captain America, First Avenger, and especially Captain America Winter Soldier. I think Captain America Winter Soldier is one of the great Marvel movies out there. I love that one. But I've watched those over and over again. They keep making me want to go back and watch them. With the newer stuff, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll watch it once to see what it's like, and then it's like, usually I don't have a big desire to watch it again. It's just me. It's just me. But, you know, and if you like watching them over and over again, great. I mean, I will never say to you that your movie sucks. I'll just say, hey, I didn't really like this about it, or I didn't really like that movie. Well, unless it's Last Jedi, then I will say that movie sucked. But I had so many problems with that movie. So many problems with that movie. But there are only 6 Star Wars movies, by the way. The prequels and 4, 5, and 6. Oh God. But yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see where it's going. It's interesting to see where movies are now compared to where they were 15, 20 years ago. And that's the thing. It's like, I think that's why anime is so popular. Going back to why I started talking about this at all, is that's why I think anime is so popular. Because anime gives you something you've never seen before. It gives you interesting characters, sometimes a whole cast of characters, if not just like one pivotal character, but like a whole cast of characters that they fully flesh out very quickly a lot of the time. So you know who that character is within 1 or 2 episodes if it's a series, or within the first 10 or 15, 20 minutes of the show. If it's a movie, you know who that character is. And you're invested in them now. And it's something you've never seen before. And it's a cool take on something. And you're like, wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. And I think that's why anime resonates with so many people, is people are hungry for that kind of entertainment, and they are not getting it. And when you don't give people the entertainment that they want, because really, what is entertainment? Entertainment is something where all of us work most of our lives. We want to come home, kick off our shoes, kick back with our favorite streamer or our favorite show, and just kind of forget the world for a few hours. That's what we want. We don't want to watch a show and get preached to. We don't want to watch a show that just seems very formulaic. We want something that will relax us, but entertain us and make us kind of think as we're watching it, and keep us invested in it. Why do you think soap operas have been popular for 50 freaking years? As corny as they are to some people, and me included, I think soap operas are kind of corny, but they invest you in the characters, and they make it interesting, and they keep you coming back for more. And I think anime fits that niche for a lot of people, especially a lot of people who like sci-fi, fantasy, adventure, and that sort of stuff. We're hungry for something that's good, and anime gives us that. Where a lot of modern United States and U.S. entertainment doesn't give us that anymore. They're really, the U.S. is really good at pumping out content, but not giving us any quality to go with it in a lot of ways. In my opinion. I mean, I'll always preface that with my opinion. Used to watch all the Star Trek Next Generation. Oh, Star Trek Next Generation is so good. I actually need to go back and watch Next Gen. Because I loved Next Generation. I absolutely loved Next Generation. Was not a big fan of DS9. I didn't like the pacing so much in DS9 in a lot of ways. But DS9's good. I'll give it that. DS9's good. It's a solid show. DS9. I think the biggest hurdle to overcome for DS9 is everybody expected it to be a Star Trek show, like a Voyager or Enterprise or Next Generation, although Voyager and Enterprise weren't out at that time. But those type of Star Trek shows where they're flying around on a ship, visiting different planets, it was a very different Star Trek show than had ever been out before. And so I think that's why it took a while for it to grow on people. And for me, as a viewer at the time, I had very limited time to watch TV because I was very busy with a new family, with my job, and I actually chose Babylon 5 to watch over DS9, and so I had to basically choose, and so I never got to watch DS9 grow and evolve. I caught it there, here and there, but never really got into it a lot because I was much more of a B5 follower at the point that it was out. But I can look back now and appreciate it for what it is. I really enjoyed Voyager. Voyager, I thought, was very well done. I loved Captain Janeway. I loved Chakotay and Paris and B'Elanna Torres and the Doctor. Doctor's probably my favorite character out of that show. I loved his story arc and stuff. Neelix was one that I just never could get over. I just did not like Neelix that much. Neelix kind of just more annoyed me than anything else. Neelix was Marvel's Katie for me in that show. I liked episodes he wasn't in very much. I discovered anew, noticed different things than I used to when I was younger. Well, that's the thing. See, that's I think the thing that set Next Generation apart in a lot of ways, Black Man PL. Next Generation was always what Star Trek has always been. Star Trek has always had a social consciousness about it. But Next Generation did it in such a good way that if you really looked hard at it, you could find a lot of social messages in it, but they didn't beat you over the head with it. They let you sort of absorb it, take it in, and go, and like yourself, you can go back years later and go, wow, I never really noticed that in that show. That's pretty cool. I see what they're getting at, you know? And so I think Next Generation had a great mix of that. They had a good, but then again, Next Gen, Gene Roddenberry was still at the helm for most of it, and had a very strong influence on it, which I think is missing in a lot of stuff now. So, Starbuck was the first time I encountered a Mary Sue that made me hate the show. She was the best pilot, best sniper, best interrogator. Oh, and she's Space Jesus. Yeah. Starbuck was kind of a Mary Sue. I think Live on Ramen, Starbuck started out as a great character. I think as the show wore on, they Mary Sued her to death. I can accept that she's a great fighter and a great pilot. I can accept that. She's total military. She went into it, you know, that's her background and stuff. But then becoming the best interrogator, coming back from the dead to be Space Jesus, it kind of devolved in the later seasons to where she kind of was a little annoying. It was just like, okay, is there anything this girl's not good at? They did give her a lot of flaws, I think, as well. I mean, she was very hot-headed. She always wanted to be the best at what she did. Did I mention my ex's? Hey-oh! That gets some zinger points there. I think her story arc got a little hijacked as time went on. But I can appreciate a little. I mean, it did get a little annoying, but you got to remember too, they did give her flaws, and that's the thing, is that they did give her some flaws, as well. And I think her biggest flaw was how impatient she was. She's a very impatient character. She rubbed people, especially Commander Ty, the wrong way. And in that instance, I sort of take her out of the Mary Sue category, because she definitely had people who were dead set against her that she rubbed the wrong way. And a lot of part of being a Mary Sue as well is that everybody loves you. People don't. The only people that may not like you are your outright enemies. But even they respect you and think highly of your skills or whatever. But like Commander Ty had no time for Starbuck at all. He didn't like her attitude, didn't like the way she conducted herself, thought she was disrespectful, and she was disrespectful. So I think that kind of takes her out of that a little bit. But I do get where you're coming from. I do get where you're coming from with it. They could have given her a little less power. They could have depowered her a little bit, you know? And she'd be a little more believable, a little more relatable. I mean, personally, I would have been totally okay with them killing her and never bringing her back. I think that would have closed out her arc in such a phenomenally amazing way that I think it would have been a great ending for her, or bring her back as one of the 5 Cylon clones that are in the fleet. Because honestly, the one gal who was like not the reporter, that was the gal played by Lucy Lawless. The other one, I can't remember her name. That's how forgettable she was. They could have brought her back as that character instead. As a Cylon. And I would have been totally fine with it. And honestly, that would have explained some of how good she was at things. Because she was programmed that way. She was programmed that way to be good at flying, at shooting, at interrogating. It would have kind of explained a little bit of it. Maybe explained a little bit of her relationship with Anders as well. Yeah, isn't that funny? I can't remember the other gal. Wasn't she the gal who was like the second? She was like the aide to the president gal. Was also a Cylon. Because I remember Ty, the crew chief, Anders, and who was the other one? Who were the final 5? Ty, the crew chief, Anders. I think it was the aide to the president. Then there's one other. It's been so long, I've forgotten more things than I remember at this point in time. Isn't that weird? Space Above and Beyond. I did watch that. It was not bad. It was not bad. It didn't grab me and make me go, oh my god, it's so amazing. But it wasn't too bad. I thought they did a decent job with that show. It was an interesting concept for sure. Unfortunately, a show like that you'll probably never see again. The way TV and stuff is made right now. Well, and then like Paramount just came out a while ago and said that they're winding down on ever making movies again. They are pushing towards only making stream service content, which is kind of sad. I have dabbled with Dark Matter. One of the reasons I don't watch a lot of anime is I have a very hard time with shows that are subtitled. Shows that are subtitled, it's not that I don't like them, because believe me, some of my favorite films like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon are subtitled. I tend to get lost in reading subtitles without being able to concentrate on the show. I think Dark Matter is subtitled, isn't it? Or do they have a dubbed version of it? We might be talking about a different show. There's one that I tried to watch that everybody told me to watch, and it was subtitled. It's US made. Oh, Dark Matter. Okay, I haven't watched that one yet then. We're probably talking about a different show. We're probably talking about different shows. There was one I tried to watch, and I couldn't get over the subtitles. It may just be because it was subtitled poorly, but I always seem to, like, have to, like... Oh, Dark Matter, yes! Okay, yeah, I have watched Dark Matter. That's the one where they wake up and they're mercenaries and they don't know where they are. Okay, I did watch that one, yes. Sorry. No, there's another subtitled one that's, like, has dark in the title, I think. It has, like, dark in the title, and I tried to watch it. I just couldn't get into it because of the subtitles. I just couldn't get into it. Not Dark Mirror. Now it's gonna haunt me trying to figure it out. But no, I like Dark Matter. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was a very interesting show. Dark Zone. I think it might have been Dark Zone. That's it. That rings a bell. It had dark in the title somewhere, I think. But yeah, Dark Matter had a great first season for sure. Unfortunately, I did not like how they exited that one character by killing him. They offed him, and I was just like, what?
The actual Real
Dark Zone's French is probably what it is.
For 38 months. Pock.
But he couldn't come back. Yeah, and see, that's the thing is, like, it just suffered from stuff. I don't think it was the show's fault, but yeah. Unfortunately, I really liked this character a lot, and then he was just poof. They just killed him. It was like, what happened? Well, where's the payoff here for just killing a character just outright? It made no sense. But I understand contracts and stuff. But yeah, I think Dark Zone is the one I'm thinking of. It was one that Mark Wars watched and said you gotta watch this, and I tried, and it was subtitled, and that's one reason I don't watch a lot of anime. Is subtitles are very I have a hard time reading stuff that is on a screen. I love to read books. I can read all day long, no problem at all. If it's on a screen, I have a really hard time reading the dialogue and watching the action at the same time. That for me is just a very difficult thing to do, and so I end up having to pause and go back and read things. Like, I watched an anime, what was it? And you'll probably all laugh at me. You'll be like, oh, that's a cheesy, stupid anime. It was called, like, From the Void or something like that. Where basically, like, there's an island, there's a big hole in it, and the further down you go, the crazier you get, basically. But I watched that, but I had to pause it all the time to read the dialogue because it went so fast. Kopi B with the host in the raid! Thank you so much, Kopi, for the host in the raid there. I appreciate that. What were you streaming? Oh, some Long Dark. Well. We'll keep that going on. But yeah, I had a hard time watching Made in the Void. Made in the Void, maybe. I think it might have been Made in the Void. But it was an interesting show. I liked the concept of it, but I just had a hard time, like, watching it. And I watched the whole season. But I had a hard time watching it because I had to keep pausing it, rewinding it, reading the dialogue, starting it again. I thought it was a good show, though. It's going good. We're talking about anime, something that I'm a total normie on. I'm a total normie when it comes to anime. But yeah, I watched, and so mainly the anime I watch, I'll be honest, is just stuff that's on Netflix or Amazon Prime. So it's nothing great. I mean, you'll laugh at me when I say what I watch. I mean, because I've watched very few. I really like the I can't even remember most of the names. The Grimoire of Zero, I think it was called. I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool. I like the big bear. I like the dude who was like a bear. I was like, damn, he's cool. I like that. And I like I think it was called Made in the Void. But like I said, most anime like that, I have to rewind and read the dialogue because I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with it. My brain is bad. Made in Abyss. Thank you. Thank you. Made in Abyss. That's what it is. See, I can't even remember the title of it. And I know those are normie. I know those are probably normie animes. And there's probably way better ones out there, but I'm not going to go buy anime. I'll watch it if it's on Netflix or if it's on Prime, and I know that's probably not the best stuff to watch. But I'm not that invested in it because I don't have the capacity to you know, concentrate on it and actually get the most out of it. And that just goes with anything that's dubbed. I just don't. That's not dubbed. So yeah, I'm a normie when it comes to it. But my friend told me to watch it. I'm concerned because it's supposedly dark. It is dark. It is dark. It is dark. I like dark though. Personally, I like dark. It is rather dark. Made in Abyss is rather dark, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. I mean, I thought it was an interesting one. But I've watched, you know, back in the day, I watched stuff like Ghost in the Shell and, you know, all the normie stuff. I watched Ghost in the Shell and I watched, you know, Vampire Hunter D. You know, I watched a lot of that stuff and I liked it. I mean, I thought it was cool. But, you know, like I said, for me, it just, back in the day when I was sort of getting into a little anime stuff, comic books were actually still good. There was a lot of good content still coming out. Chris Claremont was still writing X-Men. And if you ever want to read a good comic, go back to the early hundreds of Uncanny X-Men, read a run or read the trade paperbacks of Chris Claremont's run in Uncanny X-Men. One of the most masterful things I've ever seen. Amazing storytelling, amazing characters, amazing character development. They actually have a documentary on Chris Claremont. I think it's on Prime or it might be on Netflix. I forget which, but it's a fast. I mean, they interview Chris Claremont, the people who surrounded him, the couple of gals who were his editors. They go over the runs that they had. And what they did during those runs, and it was just amazing. Smirky Cameron, thank you for the follow there. I appreciate that. But yeah, Chris Claremont, without a doubt, wrote the best X-Men stuff ever. I mean, his stories are still being made into movies today. Days of Future Past is his story. It wasn't done in the movie exactly like it was in the comic book, but that's his stuff. Kobe B, thank you so much for the follow as well. Appreciate that very much too. But yeah, Claremont X-Men is without a doubt the best. Unfortunately, Chris Claremont couldn't keep up with all the he was a victim of his own success. When he took over X-Men, it was a third-tier comic. Nobody wanted it. And he was like, I'll take it. I'll do it. And he made it into such a juggernaut that the corporate guys went, oh, well, heck. Let's make everything X-Men. Let's put X-Men in everything. Which just kind of sucked. What day did I craft my bear coat on? Honestly, I don't remember, but I think it was around day 40-ish. I could probably tell when I look in my journal here. It was probably around day 42, 44. Because I think I made it in Mystery Lake. I think I made it when I was in Mystery Lake. Or maybe it was later than that, because I was rocking double Mackinac jackets for a while. It might have actually all the way been at, like, day... Nah, I think it was in the 40s. I think it was around day 44, 45, somewhere in there. When I was hanging around in the Carter Hydro Dam for 3 days, a couple of days. I think that's probably when I made it. Would be my guess. Maybe, yeah, probably right around there, 40, 45... Well, wait a second. I can probably tell because we killed the bear. We killed the bear at Unnamed Pond on day 34. We killed the bear at the Clear Cut on day 40. So we had to let those cure for a good 10 days before we could do anything with them. It might have been around day 50, actually. We might have done it at the farmhouse. Because we spent a lot of time at the farmhouse and the farmstead. So it's probably around day 50. Can you run out of hacksaws in the end? No. How do you ever make it to day 500 in your other runs? It gets so boring. The Steve achievement is like punishing. Getting to day 500 live on ramen or live on ramen. Getting to day 500 is basically nothing but a operation of perseverance. That's all it is. There's not, once you get past day like 200 or so, the game is very repetitive at that point. I wish they'd put in a little more content for late game stuff. If I have any criticism of the game, I'd like to see some late game content, which is why I proposed them making it so late game and Interloper, after you've searched everything, collected broken weapons from different zones, you can part them, go to Bleak Inlet and make an improvised firearm, make ammo for that firearm. The firearm will probably not last very long, but it give you something to do. So late game content is stuff that I definitely think they need to add into the game a little bit. But yeah, after day 200 or so, it's all about just like maintaining your gear, maintaining your food supply, your wood supply, and more than anything, just maintaining your sanity. Maintaining your sanity is probably the hardest thing to do after day 200. You know, luckily I live stream the game, which makes it a lot easier because I get to interact with you guys, have fun, we get to chat. It takes away a little bit of the boredom factor for me. But that's why most of the runs I do anymore, I do for 100 days or so, and then I'm like, hey, let's start a new run. Because really, the first 100 days of this game are the best you'll ever find. They're releasing a new episode for this game. Probably, my guesstimate is late this month, early November, because they'll probably do another Darkwalker Halloween event late November. And then they've already said they're going to release the live update for Sandbox, which will have the new zone in it, before the end of the year, which for them means before Christmas break, because they always take a break right before the holidays. So mid-December is when we're probably going to see the live update for Sandbox. They're probably doing another event late November. So I'm guessing late this month, early next month, if not late this month, they'll be releasing the live update for the story mode, would be my guess. So, yeah, I think next week the teaser trailer will be released. I think so too. I think you're probably 100% correct. That will be probably your biggest clue, is when they release that. Is when they release the teaser trailer. Because soon after that, within a week or so of that, will come the drop. That's when they'll drop the update. And be like, okay, we've got the update, we're ready to go. Let's do it. Still have not found any Polaroids for this zone. I'm not mad about it, I'm just disappointed. Actually, I need to repair up stuff. I'm not going to pass time. I need to repair my knife. And early game, boys and girls, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Don't worry about wasting your whetstones. Sharpening stuff up is never a waste. It can pass time. You will eventually run out of whetstones, but honestly, by the time you do, you've probably made multiple forge runs, and you can just go make more weapons. You can go make more stuff. And as you can see, I have multiple whetstones still waiting. Got multiple matches in here that I'm not going to leave here. Let's take our sewing kits as well. Take our pry bar, our hacksaw. We'll take our birch bark teas for sure. Our coffee for sure. I would add new animals, to be honest. That would be cool. I would like them. I've proposed for a while that they add like more trappable animals, like trappable beavers and foxes. You can't actually kill them. All you can do is trap it, and when you get to the trap and there's something there, you can harvest it, and that's it. So you wouldn't actually be actively killing those animals, but you could make new clothing as well. You could add in some new clothing. And that would be cool too. See, I don't think episode 4 is going to be about Astrid at all. I think episode 4 is mainly going to focus on Will. I think at the end of episode 4, there may be a crossover where they have Astrid like in it for part of it, but I don't think it's going to have a lot of Astrid in it. I think at the end of it's going to be sort of a duo with him and her, but I think it's going to mainly be Will getting kidnapped, taken to Black Rock Canyon. It may have her at the very beginning or at the very end, but I think it's going to be mainly Will focused because of the things that were said in the dev blog more than anything. Bedroll flashlight, best thing in the world. See, there's the crafting table, there's the box, here's the bed. And once you find that, you can drop that, or you don't drop it. You just go ahead and not put it down, and then you just sleep. Yeah, the bedroll's a great flashlight for the dark. It really, Kopi, it only works if you know your environment that's around you. If you're in a totally unknown area, it's going to be hard. But like right now, I can know where the bed is. I can wander over here. I can find where the stove is. I can do all of that. I can see my wood on the floor. I can even go up to the table here, see where my storm lantern is if I really want to pick it up. I can see where my toolkit is, my jerry can, my bottles of water. So I can pick up anything I want without having to light a fire. I can go over here and light a fire if I wanted to, because there's the stove, so I can just like go, nope, not putting the bedroll down. Get into the potbelly stove if I wanted to. So yeah, if you know your environment, it's a very handy tool. It doesn't work real well in caves because caves have weird boulders and stuff that it goes all crazy on. But for a lot of buildings, it'll work really well to see the environment and see what things look like. And you'll start to get used to what things look like. You will know when you take your bedroll like this, that is the silhouette of a crafting table. And you can just pop to the top of it and you can craft. You'll know that that's the silhouette of a stove. That this over here is the silhouette of a box. And this is the silhouette of a bed. You'll start to recognize those silhouettes. And so indoors, it really helps, especially like right now, technically, it's daylight out. If we go outside, you'll even, surprisingly, you'll learn what a door looks like. That's what a door looks like. The rest of the wall is flat. When you come to the door, there's a little bump out. So you'll learn where the doors are too. But if we go outside right now, it's gonna be light out, but it's still dark inside the frickin' house. Probably because there's a blizzard outside, but that's another thing. I need to stick around on this channel. Just started my first Interloper runs, the last stream. Good first run, but second run, I'm up to day 6. It's pretty hard, so I need all the tips I can get. Well, you know what? You're in luck, my friend, because boys and girls, we have achieved what I call nirvana. We've achieved nirvana, boys and girls, where we're gonna harvest a Mackinac jacket. I know. Shed a tear, rip the Mackinac jacket. We have achieved nirvana, where we have all the gear we want. I know. And so we're actually gonna start a brand new character today. We have our moose-hide satchel, our deerskin pants and boots, our rabbit-skin hat and gloves, our moose-hide coat, our moose-hide bearskin coat. We have the crampons available to us. We have the technical backpack available to us. We're rocking a 15 plus 15 carry weight between all of those items. And we're on day 92. Not too bad. We got carcass harvesting and cooking to 5, archery to 5, fire starting is halfway through 3, mending is a quarter of the way through 3, ice fishing we actually almost have it to 2. So here we go. All right, boys and girls, are you ready for this? Actually, let's go outside real quick, come back in and get a save point.